What's up everybody, this is Cheezy Mr. Poof and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a game review on Trine 2. As you know, if you watch the channel, I love the game and I wanted to give a shout out to Trine 2 here. Trine 2 is a 2.5D puzzle platformer. That's a mouthful. Anyway, so it's a puzzle platformer made by the Finnish game company Frozenbyte. And I had never heard of Frozenbyte before, but after Trine 2 I checked out a lot of their stuff and they put out quality games actually. And I was surprised to see a Finnish game company doing so well. Like, I know some game companies from Finland, but you know, like Angry Birds, that comes from Finland. Yeah. Anyway, Trine 2 is something so special and it's always near and dear to my heart, and that's why I'm gonna be doing this review about Trine 2. I'm trying to make a review out of Trine 2. So, in this review, I will be taking a look at some of the things like the pros and cons of Trine 2, and the graphics, game mechanics, gameplay, story, music, voice acting, the characters, the price tag, and I'll give it an overall score. So, without further ado, let's get right into the review. Graphics. Trine 2 has some of the best magical fantasy surroundings I've seen in a video game. It does its own thing and it does it great. So, like, everything about that game just like damn. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that that's my only reviewing point here. Anyway, so the game is really great. Some of the graphics are not that polished, but mostly it's a really beautiful game with not that many faults at all. Like, the graphics are beautiful, they are pretty good for what they are, and they're good for their time, if you know what I mean. Then I'm gonna talk about the game mechanics. So, there are 3 characters you can play as, and each one of them has unique abilities, which you need to use in unison to go through the game. For example, we have Warrior, we have the Mage, and we have the Thief. So Warrior is your basic battle dude. So whenever you go into a scrap fight, there are goblins or something like that, you get the warrior out, and he has a sword and a shield and a sledgehammer, and the sledgehammer is used to break down walls or rubble or stuff like that. And he also has a shield that comes in handy in combat because you can block the attacks and then you can retaliate with your sword. Then we have the mage. Now the mage doesn't do fighting per se, he can levitate enemies, but he cannot use actual fighting techniques. The mage is mostly for the puzzle solving. He can make boxes and planks out of thin air with his cool magic thing, and that is actually a really cool thing they did. They did so that you can use your mouse and you drag it along and it makes a plank, but if you make a square, it makes a square, and I really like that. I really love that mechanic in the game. And then you have the Thief. The Thief has a bow and arrow, so you can shoot enemies from far, so it's kind of a combat, but she's also for puzzle solving and platforming because she has a grappling hook, and you really need the grappling hook in some cases. And she also has pretty good jumping capabilities. And what else? So you have to use these abilities in unison. You can play this with 3 players in online or co-op, like local, but you can also play it alone. And if you play it alone, you can switch through the characters. Like, let's say you walk as the mage, you just press button 2 and you become the thief, or button 3 you become the warrior. You are all the characters and you can switch on the go. So gameplay. As I mentioned before, the mechanics are fun and unique, and the movements and all that other gameplay elements play smoothly as well. I mean, your movement, your jumping, all the stuff plays well. The gameplay is solid. It's really good. The platforming is really great, and there's really not much to say about it. Like, some of the stuff is a bit clunky. Like, moving stuff with the mage sometimes feels weird, but I'm not gonna say it's bad. No way is it bad. Like everything, the gameplay wise is going straight up the list, man. So, Trine 2 story. Well, the basic idea of the story is there is this magical artifact called the Trine, and it fetches the three heroes, and they don't know why, but the Trine just fetches them and puts them in a place, and then they have this quest to save the kingdom. Now, I'm not gonna spoil the story too much, but that's the basic idea of it. So the Trine finds all the heroes in the beginning and sets them on an adventure to save the kingdom from a mysterious kind of like threat. That's what I'm gonna say. Sure, let's go with that. But the story? I enjoyed the heck out of the story. The characters, the music, the narrator combined make for an excellent combination, and it feels like a fairy tale movie. Not the anime fairy tale, but like an actual fairy tale. Like it's so magical, man. I don't know how they did, who had the idea of like making this magical setting for the Trine series, but it really works. And the magical fairy tale looking outlook for the game really works well, and that's one of the reasons I really loved it when I first saw it, and I was like, hey, I need to try this game. So, the music. They really nailed the music, because that is a part of the game's charm and the ambiance creation. So, well, this helps a lot with the atmosphere, so boy does it up the atmosphere. Like, way up here, like, it's such a magical soundtrack, and, damn, I don't even have anything bad to say about this game. Let me actually think about it. I might have something bad to say about the game. No, I really don't have anything bad to say about Trine 2. God. Okay, some of the puzzles might be, like, not that obvious, although they think that, hey, it's obvious, they're gonna get it. Now, some of the puzzles are not that obvious, but that's only a good thing, because a challenging game is always fun. And I don't really have a problem with this game, it's so good. And I'm not gonna go into super detail to find, like, bugs or stuff like that, glitches or bad things in the game, because you know, there just isn't anything that bad with the game. I mean, I don't understand why some people don't rate the game that high. It's a great game. Now, some people say that you don't get that much gameplay out of it, but I say it's still pretty damn good. So, let's talk about the price tag of Trine 2. I'm gonna go on Steam right now, and I'm gonna see how much it is on the store page. Alright, so Trine 2 cost 16.99 euros on Steam. So that is a robbery. That is a bonkers good deal. But there's also by Trine 2 Complete Story 3-pack. So they will send you 3 extra copies for 33 euros. And you can give some of those copies to your friends. And that's pretty neat. For 16 euros and 99 cents, this is a robbery. This game is giving you the value for your money, and that's the complete story. You're buying Trine 2, Goblin Menace DLC, and the Dwarven Caverns level. For 16 bucks. That's a great deal if you ask me. So, price tag on Trine 2? Justified, I'd say. I'd say it's justified. Voice acting, even that is great. Like, I thought like Finnish companies would like fuck up at the voice acting at some point, because like Finnish people have a very distinct accent when talking English, but actually I don't have. That's why some people actually think I'm English when I talk English. Dude, man. Anyway. So yeah, Finnish people have a really distinct accent when it comes to English. So apparently they probably had some actual English voice actors for these. Let me actually check this. So there were some English voice actors, but anyway, the narrator is awesome. The narrative's voice is so good. I cannot even distress this enough. Also the characters. Let's talk about the characters. The character natures are there. Zoya, the thief, is kind of a sneaky one and always like after some gold or stuff like that. Pontius is just the naive, adventure-seeking, happy, jolly, eat lots of food, drink lots of beer, fight all these goblins kind of dude. And that's really cool because he wants to be the brave warrior and save the kingdom. And Amadeus, the wizard, he's just like this dude who's like, I have kids at home, I have a wife, I don't want to fight actually, don't make me fight, leave me out of the battle, okay? So that's the kind of man he is, but he is a smart one, so whenever they are in a pickle, Amadeus is the one to give all the good suggestions and stuff like that. So, an overall score. Seeing as I didn't find many things wrong with the game, and I do love this game so much, so I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna go easy on the score here because this game is amazing and I really want to give it a 10. Most reviews stay away from giving full 10s, but this is my opinion and I think Frozen Byte did a superb job with trying to, and they deserve that 10. But anyway, 10 out of 10 game for 16 bucks, you're getting a lot of value, and if you don't own this game, you should probably get this game, because this game is awesome and bonkers. And that is it for this video. I'm Cheezy Mr. Poof, and I hope you enjoyed the video of 24 Days of Cheezy trying to game review. And I'll just see you on the next video then. Have a nice day.